Tarson just getting the confirmation. This is for the IM spot, right? Yes, Tarson. This is for the IM spot. The last game of today, guys. We're gonna find out who's gonna join in the sick trio already of Empire Cause, Empire Nerd Show, I believe, and Empire Dice Star. It's like a freaking clan meeting in Gamescom. I'm gonna ask Nerd Show because he for sure played for Empire. Would be nice to get that one confirmed. Quite curious about it. Both players wishing each other good luck, have fun. Of course, we have Tarson, the blue Polish Protoss, spawning in the right bottom side of the map, and SaSe being our Swedish. Did I say Protoss? Obviously, Tarson is Terran, and SaSe being the red Swedish Protoss, spawning in the left top side of the map. Once again, Protoss versus Terran for SaSe. We saw him play against Goody, but Goody is completely different than Tarson. You really can't compare it. Next map would be Neocup Enigma, and the third map, if necessary, would be okay, he didn't follow it up. Tal'Darim. Oh, that would be sick to have it decided on Tal'Darim. Such a nice map for PvT in general. At least if you play like the Edelsold Skal with gateways. It's super sick. Let's take a look if Nurcho okay, so yeah, Nurcho what you are. Well, yeah, he can change his nick, but he actually did switch to Empire. So for 3 players that qualified are all playing for Empire. So that once again shows that Empire is without a doubt one of the best clans in Europe, together with Miles, I guess, and Dignitas, obviously. Those 3, I guess, those 3 really step out. And then there's nothing for a while. I think at least. Am I forgetting something? Yeah, MIM is pretty good too, but Millennium is pretty good. But I still feel that Empire, Miles, and Dignitas are probably the best 3. I mean, SaSe, X-Lord, and Cloud are 3 excellent players, don't get me wrong. And Mondragon can be very good, but didn't really show it as of yet. Can't really put them in the same row as Empire's lineup. SaSe once again going for this pylon block. Tarson is just gonna lift up his barracks, and he's instantly gonna drop the tech lab on it as well. So I guess SaSe is gonna cancel the pylon this time. Can't be bothered by taking it out. Oh, Tarson tried to get this Marine into a perfect position, but he won't be able to take out this probe. The score is, of course, yes, SaSe did cancel his pylon. The score is, of course, 0-0. The winner of this best of 3 will qualify for Gamescom. Is it going to be another Terran? That would be a bit sad that we're already going to have a Terran Fest. Or are we going to have the first Protoss actually qualifying next to Soccer for being the champion by the hosting nation? So much bias in the IEM. Just kidding. It does make some sense. But I wonder what we would have done if the global challenge was in Dubai. We gave like a free spot to the Dubai EPS championship. Dubai, they don't have EPS yet. Maybe you can set it up. Dubai EPS with like 3 million euro prize money, since they have enough money anyways. Actually, Dubai doesn't have that much money anymore. Been investing too much. See, Tarson throwing down that expansor, going for that once again also popular Terran vs Protoss opening. With one Marine, actually following up with a Reaper and not the Marauder. But afterwards he will follow up with the Marauder. SaSe does see the Reaper incoming, so SaSe knows what he's up against. Tarson took control of the Cell Watchtower. Saw the probe leaving, so he knows that SaSe knows. Now Tarson is going for the minor detour. SaSe already having a Stalker in position, and the Sentry now as well. Oh, Tarson smart, trying to avoid the Cell Watchtower. And now he actually will be able to enter the expand from SaSe, but there are no probes there as of yet. So, but he will be able to get scouting information, and he won't lose his Reaper. No, be careful, Tarson. Tarson jumps off the high ground right now. Probably gonna eventually lose this Reaper, but at least he will be able to get quite some scouting info. SaSe is not going to pull probes. I guess Tarson is gonna try to kill this. What is SaSe? What are you doing? SaSe completely panicking over here, trying to sort of surround this Reaper. Really lost quite some mining time. A bit sloppy right there, and things like that can really go into your mind. But he's already at 28 probes, Tarson at 23 SCV, so he can afford it. But Tarson is actually a mining base before SaSe has it, and that's not a very good scenario for Protoss. SaSe did not scout the base either. I guess so far so good for Tarson. Dropping the Mule on the mineral field on the edge. I kind of like that. You will often see like a really good Terran players. They will drop the Mules one patch and one to the right each time they drop a mule, so they won't mine out certain patches way before they mine out other ones. So it kind of give you the optimal mining process, which I think it's cool. If they pay, if like the really good players pay eye for detail. I'll keep a close eye on details. Robotics Bay already 4 gates currently up for MIM SaSe. It's gonna start off with that observer. Gonna try to get a little bit of scouting information. Still doesn't really have a good idea of what Tarson is up against, but considering the fact Tarson never really stepped foot across the Salnaga Watchtower with any units, SaSe is pretty much okay. Now Tarson is dropping it on the other edge. So yeah, that does make sense. Dropping both mules also on his natural expand is obviously yeah, I mentioned it several times before today. I think the right thing to do. And now he's going one patch to the right, so good job, Tarson. Making me proud. It's good to see that. It's obviously easier to remember as well when you do it one instead. If you start in the middle, then eventually like, oh, did I drop it here? And then you don't really want to select your mineral patches to see how much you mined at 0. This is just an easy way to get optimal mining. SaSe Observer right now entering the main base of Tarson, so SaSe knows exactly what's going on. He sees these 3 Rexes over here, sees the factory, and he's gonna see the starport now as well. Actually going to be a reactor already. Probably start off with Medivacs. And we're doing these 2 Medivacs at once being produced by Tarson. This also consistent Polish player, such a nice guy as well, such a good player. Still perhaps one of the most underrated players in Europe. He's always there when it matters. Every big tournament he's there, and he never fails miserably. Like, sure, he had a couple of less successful tournaments as well, like the IEM Global Finals in CBIT at Hanover. He did not manage to make it out of his group, but he did go 2-3. I mean, he won 2 best of 3s, lost 3, and that's just Tarson. You know, Tarson is not the guy who would go 0-5. He's just too consistent for that. And those 2 bunkers over here is quite prepared for any aggression that SaSe wants to throw at him. SaSe, well, he's been quite successful with these kind of weird pushes today so far. There comes the medevac, but here we already have the medevac force field being dropped on the ramp of Tarson. Tarson does have stim as well. Wow, I really think if Tarson would have stimmed in, SaSe would have been a fraction too late with his force field. SaSe would have lost everything. So risky. SaSe going really aggressive here with his first Colossi already. Tarson is actually going to wait a little bit. He's going to drop more. Or he's going to wait for more medevacs. Or at least still his first 2 medevacs. No, he loaded them up. Yes. Wow, Tarson is sick. Even though there's a big Protoss army at his front entrance, Tarson is still just going to try to drop, and he's going to drop big with 2 medevacs full of units, quite some Marauders, a bunch of Marines obviously. Tarson right now 15 supply ahead. That really shows that the opening was so good by Tarson, and he's been macroing like a beast. 50 pros right now against 48 SCVs for Tarson. Well, that's a lovely scenario for Tarson to be in. SaSe warps in 2 Stalkers, but that's going to be way too late. Tarson will be able to force a cancel on this expand, unless SaSe just let it die. And he will be able to take out that Pylon as well, forcing SaSe right now to retreat. SaSe leaves the Colossi behind. Oh no, SaSe, that's a big mistake. Instantly stim being used by Tarson, and he will be able to take out that Colossi. Oh, SaSe taking some big losses over here. Not only losing his turret, but also losing a Colossi, losing a Pylon here, losing a Pylon here. That really, really hurts. Certainly when you're already in an economic disadvantage. No advantage. If Edo Scott is playing or Todd, I can call it advantage. Advantage. A lot of sentries with a lot of energy. 200, 200, 190. SaSe dropping a Pylon over here on the right top side of the map. 92 supply currently for our Swedish Protoss player. Tarson still having those 2 dropships over here as well. We'll be able to do a lot of... and with this, Tarson right now forcing a scan, and while he's moving out with 2 Vikings, actually no more, 4 Vikings, 2 medevacs and a bunch of Marines and Marauders. SaSe once again going to try to put up his turret, like way before Tarson even tries it. He's building his command center right now, but not at the spot. Oh, this is going to get so tough for SaSe. I don't really see how he's ever going to defend this. Even his main army would take quite a few losses against this army, and then you still have these 2 medevacs full of units. SaSe is researching charge though, but Tarson is probably going to drop right now. SaSe is going to try to engage on this army at least. The Vikings doing a good job getting a couple of missiles off. On the Colossi, SaSe cancels the expand even before Tarson engages. Once again, this drop is doing a lot of damage. We'll be able to take out this assimilator. We do see the Dark Shrine being completed right now for SaSe, but Tarson knows this as well. So we see that he did see this Dark Shrine. No blink as of yet. The medevac, not gonna fall down, survives with 15 HP. Everything Tarson did so far is just extremely solid in this game. 152 supply for our Polish Terran. SaSe only at 113, and he really looks handicapped right now. Not sure how he's ever gonna be able to bounce back from this. Instantly we see Tarson putting up the missile turrets. SaSe is gonna try to do something with his DTs, but Tarson did see it while dropping. And yeah, obviously the DT just died. Not able to get anything off. You do see the ghost economy. Mobius reactor being researched. Of course, the energy upgrade for Ghost will be able to EMP instantly. 161 against 114. We still have these two Medivacs, which are already so effective throughout the entire game. And even this main force from Tarson looks very scary without those two Medivacs full of units. Did Tarson actually lose a unit yet of this drop? One Marine, that's all he lost. He did so much with it already, he only lost one Marine. SaSe once again going to try to do something. These Vikings right now in quite a vulnerable position. I guess SaSe going to try to drop a couple of sentries over there. Colossi does give high ground vision, but the Colossi does for the... we had an observer as well. I guess that helps. One more Dark Templar being morphed in. I'm not sure where exactly. I guess in the main, because Tarson is going for the drop once again. We do see these DTs actually cleaning up a little bit. Tarson not scanning as of yet. Stimpack being used. Tarson, are you going to scan now? Maybe he's too focused on the main army. DT's going being really annoying as well. Now he's going to scan over here. SaSe dropping a couple of sentries, a couple of force field, but he's losing a sentry in the process, losing Zealots now as well. And yeah, Tarson is just all over the place. SaSe did manage to clear this up with those two Dark Templars. We see 5 more Zealots being wiped in. Scan goes down by Tarson, but Tarson just so far ahead. So many bio units. Stim being activated. We still have Medivacs healing up the place. The DT's coming in. We do have a scan. Do we have 3 orbitals? No, we have 2 orbitals and a planetary. So it's going to have to be careful a little bit with the energy, I guess. But we do have Ghost coming in as well, so he could potentially EMP those Dark Templars if he really wants to. SaSe only at 61 supply and Tarson at 161. Yes, that's a 100 supply lead. That's pretty big. 36 probes for SaSe, 68 SCVs for Tarson. 1-1 upgrade. SaSe at only 1-0. Researching charge once again. Lost his Twilight Council before. SaSe kind of walking out of the base, will lose one more Stalker in the process. Such a big army right now from Tarson at the main door. And this is not even everything. He still has a couple of units saved up. There we do see EMPs going down. Good EMP by Tarson, but it of course doesn't really matter. SaSe calls GG and Tarson wins the first map on Shakura's Plateau against SaSe. And actually I have to admit very convincingly. Did not expect this game to be so relatively one-sided. That container SaSe tried to put up with a Colossi that just didn't work out at all, certainly not while trying to take a turret. Meanwhile, Tarson attacked very fast. He didn't went for that many barracks. He did have those two bunkers. I really love how Tarson, even when he saw the army of SaSe standing like right in front of his expand, he just loads up 2 Medivacs and he flies over like 20 supply to the other side of the map. I would be so scared if I was a Terran player. I'd see this Protoss army. I'd be afraid it would crush me. Tarson, excellent read on the game, just flies over, sees the turret. He already saw the turret expand with his factory and then he started dropping. And at that same moment, SaSe lost 1 Colossi unnecessary, and yeah, that was just pretty much game over already. Protoss cannot afford to make such mistakes against a strong economic Terran.